Hello, everyone, and welcome back to some more MCC action. This is the official first day of our play-in bracket starting up, but obviously we had some games that happened yesterday, so hopefully y'all were able to catch that, but we got another one coming to you today. I got myself, Nivex, and Etch-a-Sketch here to get a lovely duo cast set up for y'all as we have WKU and Nebraska JV gearing up. Etch-a-Sketch, how are you feeling about the match?
Man, I'm feeling good. I think it's going to be a good one, especially looking at the standings. Both these teams look to be pretty similar on the group standings, and so I think it's going to be a good one. Definitely a match that we want to tune into. You know what I mean? Plus, this is the play-in, right? You need to win this match. If you lose, obviously you're not out. You still have the lowers, but you need to win this match because if you win, then you get to go play Michigan for the chance to make it into playoffs. Just quick 2-0 and you're through. But how are you feeling about it?
You know, there's a lot up in the air right now, I feel like, especially with this WKU team. This is a team that, in the spring we weren't 100% sure what they were going to look like coming into summer, right? Maybe not the performance that they were hoping for relative to making it into the playoffs in the spring. And this time around, they've kicked with a little bit more energy. Unfortunately, getting in a pretty tough group going up against Iowa State and CSUF. So maybe not the best look starting things off, but they are here in this play-ins, and I think they're here to make a statement.
I think they are as well. I mean, this is where you have to do it, right? Right before playoffs, you get confident, you get loose, you play a good game. There you go. You're now going through the play-ins feeling good. Then you go into playoffs, you're feeling great, right? That is what you need. Hopefully these two teams training their tails off to give us a good one today. That's at least what I'm hoping for. But I haven't seen too much of these teams, I'll be honest. So I'm gonna leave most of that to you until we get this one started. But either way, I'm just excited to be here, man. Thank you for the invite here.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, we're always down to have more people, especially like it's great to be pulling from teams that are in the league, get some casters, especially people who have played, because I think we've actually seen you play on stream, if I'm correct. I
You
think we had
did
one of your games streamed, so we get a little bit of, in this case, obviously you're already a caster as is, but we've seen you on the field, and we get to see you in casting. That's honestly, that's a lot of fun for me to see a little bit of a dynamic, I guess, going on.
Yeah, I wonder which one I'm better at. Hopefully the casting bit, right? Um, but I think it'll be good either way. Is it cool if I shout out where I cast at?
Oh yeah, absolutely have at
Okay,
it. We're still
perfect.
waiting for players to load in.
I cast for TTU Esports, Texas Tech, the goats. Not really. They're unfortunately not doing amazing, but I believe in them. Okay, I believe. And then I cast for Next to New Esports, which we will be holding our LCQ, or well, we won't be holding, but we'll be streaming the LCQ for RLCS to hopefully make the chance at the Worlds run happen. But
Sir,
yeah,
yes,
so
sir.
that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, we want to see it. I think we all want to
I
see
do
it.
too.
There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of chaos. We were just talking about this before we were getting things started. That LCQs always brings its own realm of chaos, I think is a fair way to say it. So some stuff to look forward to nonetheless, as we have both MCC going and we have RLCS going on. So a lot of Rocket League just in general.
I think I'll be tuned into the MCC personally. Um,
Love to hear that. Absolutely. Love to hear that.
always, man. But game number one going to be underway shortly. I'm pretty excited for it. We're on the goat map here. Do we switch maps? Sorry, I'm not too familiar.
Yes,
Do
we do
you?
we do have a
Okay,
map rotation.
okay, sweet. Wait, you guys are locked. I love to see that.
Yes, we are locked indeed.
Game number one. Here we are, people. You want to start off hot. Here, there is no adaptation, right? You go in, you play the best Rocket League you can. Western Kentucky on the blue side. Nebraska JV on the orange. Let's see how this goes.
Let's see how this goes indeed. Cyan Delta, he is one of our staff members, in this case, playing for Nebraska here, trying to bring a little bit of what he knows about the MCC to the pitch. Maybe in that case, he might know a little bit about some of these players just within the time that he does, you know, some of the power rankings, some of the stuff here and there. So we'll see if that might have its own say into what's happening as we get this ball bouncing in the midfield. Cyan Delta trying to get a touch, not quite going to follow it. J-Bell to get there next, trying to go for the flip reset, not quite going to be able to follow it up. And as they look center, it seems like WKU, they're the ones starting off with at least a decent amount of pressure, as they're the ones handing it back and forth to each other on their own backline.
Well, unfortunately, it's going to be nothing. No shot opportunity for him, and it was just cleared downfield. Now, good 50 here. Maybe something from Western Kentucky once again, but Cyan Delta going to take this one to the skies. Nice first touch, looking for another. He does find it, but Gath, he's there for one. Now sent it downfield. Jack-o'-lantern up, nice touch, sent high. Corey to the back wall, maybe a shot opportunity. J-Bale, the bouncer, and it's going to be good. The first one will fall for Western Kentucky with 3:41 remaining on the clock.
Absolutely beautiful read there. He had a decent amount of time. Sometimes it's good to go for a little bit of a bounce shot right in front of the net. That's a great way to make sure that the defense isn't quite ready for it. A lot of times they're expecting that power shot to just be, you know, driving right through to the back. But in that case, slowing it down, the right choice, as we might see another shot coming through here. Not going to be the best follow-up in the world, but nonetheless, WKU holding on to the pressure as another shot comes through. J-Bell's still going to be behind it, looking back to Corey, but it seems as though Nebraska, they're going to start trying to grab a hold of things as this will head towards the backboard.
So the pressure only increasing the longer this goes on. Corey going to take this one high. Nice first touches. Jack-o'-lantern on for one. Now, Motor might have an opportunity, not able to, unfortunately. Gath to the corner. Corey up, does find it around one, but Jack-o'-lantern in net. J-Bell gonna look for something here. They just keep they keep coming from these sidewalls, and Nebraska's not able to do much about it currently. The pressure only increasing, and J-Bale for the second from Western Kentucky. Here you go. This is exactly what we thought we were gonna see in the first game. Just good Rocket League, good shots, and good pressure.
And it has been a decent amount of pressure here from Western Kentucky. They really just aren't letting off of the gas. We know that J-Bell, he has been, I feel like it's not even too much of a, dare I say, situation to point out that he's been a very star player for this Western Kentucky team as he passes it down to Corey, almost able to get an assist there to add to the score. But I think after a 50 on that sidewall, Western Kentucky's going to extend their lead.
Yes, they will in a 3-0. Still half the game remaining, all right? Can't call it yet, but a dominant lead for Western Kentucky so far. Will they keep this up? I think they will. I think from what we've seen so far, absolutely. Good pass middle here, but Jack-o'-lantern up. Now J-Bell going to find the stop in the midfield. Gath trying for something, not able to. Corey might look for a pre-jump, just going to sit on back wall. Jack-o'-lantern, no boost. Shot opportunity. J-Bale in the net for the save. Sent to the sidewall now. Yeah, nice first touch. Jack-o'-lantern sent high. It's just going to be J-Bale up, and he does find the touch. The safety.
Does find a touch to safety, but I think Nebraska might be trying to take some looks of their own, although this time slowing down this pace of play. Cyan jumping on the opportunity. Maybe Motor can get a touch here. No, they will have to reset. Jack-o'-lantern full boost, does get it past one, but can't get it past the next, and looks like Nebraska, they're going to have to start setting up on their own backline again as a shot might be coming through. Not quite. Nebraska holding on for now.
How long will it last, though? J-Bale. Not able to get the 100 boost, so that's all right. He has enough. Able to get that one middle, but a little bit too fast for his team. Corey able to get demo on one, but messes up his rotation a little bit. J-Bale up. Nice first touch, but Jack-o'-lantern on back wall. Ready to take that. Now, Gath, unfortunately, going to find the pop over his teammate, and that might allow the first for Nebraska JV. Yes, it will from Cyan Delta. Well done, well done.
Yeah, just a good instance of capitalizing off of a little bit of a double commit there from WKU that truthfully might be the best look that this Nebraska JV team can have if you're playing up against someone who just seems to have a good amount of pressure, who seems to be, I guess, doing a lot of the rotations in the midfield. You can sit there and just try and look for maybe a pass like that. Look for moments where you can just sneak through some of these rotations, capitalize on maybe some mistakes that pop up. That's really going to be what you have to rely on if you can't start developing something of your own. As Scion Delta with 0 boost is able to get some 50s, but J-Bell right in the midfield already getting that touch forward. And truthfully, even after that goal, it looks like WKU, they're heading right back to what they know they can do.
WKU just controlling the entire pace of this game. They know how they want to play, and they're going to force the other team to do the same. J-Bale, under boost in the back line, able to take this one to the skies. Jack-o'-lantern, no touch there. J-Bale, first touch is good, gets a reset, but can't do much with it. Just going to be Motor taking this one to the skies. Beautiful bump there. Able to allow another ball to be thrown into the orange net's direction. J-Bale, a little bit awkward, but he does find his first touch. Cyan, nice one here. Maybe an opportunity, but the 50 will ring out, and Motor can try to take possession. Not able to. The 50, and this one looks to be game. A 3-1 scoreline. Wow, what a dominant game that was.
I mean, yes, I don't think there's any other way to really say it. That was a beautiful performance here from Western Kentucky. I mean, just taking a quick look at those shots, that is a massive number, and to get a lot of saves in response. Nebraska JV, and in this case, at least for this match, not able to hold on with all the relentless pressure that Western Kentucky was able to dish out. All things considered, they do have to find some kind of answer to this. They were able to sneak 1 goal past, capitalizing off of a little bit of a mistake that came through, but you can't always rely on that. So, actually, what do you think that this Nebraska team needs to do to try and swing back into this?
That is a very difficult question. I think they just need to slow it down. They need to play as a unit here, because if you look at WKU, we have 3 assists, we have 3 goals, right? Every single shot there was an assist. All right, look for these passes, look for demo plays, just start trying to look for these opportunities without of course overcommitting. Also, I wanted to point something out. There were 12 shots there from Western Kentucky. Nebraska had 9 saves, and then there were 3 goals. Every single shot out of this Western Kentucky roster was accounted for.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
That is very impressive, and truthfully, I mean, it shows. It's kind of, I feel like it's a little redundant for me to point out that match, it really showed just how much pressure that WKU was able to put on net, and if anything is going to prove it, Corey is going to start us off by saying, yeah, we're not slowing down anytime soon.
Foot is on the gas, but well, they just put a brick on the gas pedal at this point. All right, it is to the floor. 14 seconds in, and we already see the first out of Western Kentucky. Well done. Now J-Bale taking to the skies once more. Wants to own it, but Jack-o'-lantern not going to allow it that easily. Corey, a little bit awkward, not able to play a touch here. Just going to be Gath off back wall. Motor, able to find touchdown field. Does play it back to a teammate, but it's a little bit awkward as J-Bale is able to cut that pass off. No touch there. Corey, 50, just sent across. Gath going to look for something here, but it's just going to be Cyan. A beautiful touch to the back wall, but unfortunately the teammate that was there to shoot will no longer be there. He spawns in the back line now.
Yeah, well, and talking about the back line, it seems like that's really where most of these Nebraska operations are. Well, at least starting off, if not just happening, because I feel like they've spent a lot of time in their half, and they're really trying to stretch for some of these saves, even with these shot opportunities coming through here and there. Western Kentucky immediately able to capitalize on it. J-Bell going for a massive pinch across. Might be able to get a demo here. He will grab it, although the play is a little too slow. Motor able to jump on that, get behind the ball. Maybe a 50 here. Cyan jumping for it. It will be center. Maybe Jack-o'-lantern can do something. He is going for the back wall. Not quite. No follow-up. And, well, at least we're seeing a little bit out of Nebraska here as they're putting some decent opportunities on net.
Definitely something that was needed to be seen and shown to this Kentucky roster that Nebraska, they didn't come here to give up that easy. Corey, bang downfield. Not going to be able to find anyone there, unfortunately, other than Motor. Now, nice touch here. J-Bale going to get beat to this one, unfortunately. Jack-O-Lantern looking for one out, but it's just going to be Corey on for one downfield. Now, Motor to the skies. Gath already up there for the touch. J-Bale, beautiful slam to the back wall. Unfortunately, won't be able to find the double, but it's all right. Western Kentucky still has possession here. Gath, nice 50. Into the corner. Corey going to try. Not able to as Jack-O-Lantern just able to find the beat now. Cyan Delta. Good pass. No demo. If the demo was there, I think that would have been the goal, but it's a 2-goal swing. Gath, well done. Able to be there for the pass. And, well, this one hurts a little bit if you're Nebraska.
Oh, absolutely. I did feel like, sort of as that play started to develop, they were pushing up pretty far upfield, and then at the end of that last man sitting on 0, if not practically 0 boost, leaving them, well, defenseless, and you don't want to be defenseless when you are on defense, because that results in a goal, and that is the goal that will get WKU up 2. Though a demo coming through might make WKU a little bit awkward themselves. J-Bell trying to get a dunk here. Cyan might be able to get a touch. Not quite able to get the follow-up. Motorboat, gonna see if he can stay behind this. Does get a 50, not favorable. And WKU, they might have something here. Looking center, trying to go back again. But intercepted for now, and they'll have to repossess.
Well done there. They're able to find the intercept on the pass, and, well, a scary situation now turned to nothing. Cyan Delta. Good touch across. Going to find Motor already up. Looking for the 50 on J-Bale. Nothing to be there. It's just going to be Corey to the corner. Cyan Delta trying to keep this one middle for a teammate, but no one there other than Corey. Jack-O-Lantern. Going to look for this one to the skies. Does find it. J-Bale already up. Now Motor on the sidewall. 100 boost in the tank. He has full possession of this ball. 50, and that's going to be good from Motor. The first one for Nebraska in game number 2. Well done.
Yeah, well, and truthfully, getting a dunk like that right on the crossbar, that's something that, this is one of those goals that you sit there and you're like, do you know what, maybe this might be a good bit of motivation here for Nebraska, and the game is still very well within reach. It's only a 1-goal game. This is something that, if they can find something within these last minute 15, they might be able to get themselves back into this game and thus back into this series, which you don't want to start losing out just yet. We have a best of 7, so if you start letting another team get away with these games, you're going to be behind the ball by a decent amount. So Nebraska, they're going to have to keep up some pressure here, even if it means they dive with 0 boost just to make sure they retain possession.
It's a minute left, under a minute left, and you're down a goal. That means you send the house every single opportunity you get. Motor, nice touchdown field. Cyan, a great first touch. Unfortunately, Jack-O-Lantern a little bit slow on that commit, but he does find the 50 now. Good touch here. Cyan going to have to force this. Does indeed. Now Corey. Free possession. Gath looking for a demo, but Motor, he is there ready to get this one back the other way. Cyan. Very awkward. Looking for the 50. Won't be able to find it on J-Bale. Now J-Bale trying to send it mid. Corey. That one sent over his head just a little bit. Jack-O-Lantern no boost, but a great 50 nonetheless. Maybe a shot opportunity. Motor not able to find it. Jack-O-Lantern has to turn. Can't do much here. Cyan. First touch. Jack-O-Lantern. Nothing there in this one. Looks to be a game, but don't forget the 0-second drill, because this ball's still up.
Well,
Never mind.
It won't last too long, unfortunately, for Nebraska. But truthfully, within this game, a little bit closer than the first one. It will be a decent sign for them coming into this next bit of series because, well, I feel like they had a little bit more life this time around.
Oh, definitely. That was a much better game than what we saw in the first. The challenges were there. I mean, the pressure was actually on WKU some of the time, right? That's a good game, and that's what simply adapting to a team can do. But now we're going to see WKU probably adapt a little bit more to this Nebraska roster. And well, that could only get worse. We gotta see Nebraska step it up a little bit more, and maybe we will have an opportunity to see this series throughout to the end.
Yeah, I mean, so far, all of the upper round ones for the Playins have been game 7s. I'm just going to say it
That's
now.
kind
I
of
don't
crazy.
I don't know if that's a sign. I don't know if that means that's what we're going to be getting out of this, but there is at least a trend that seems to be following here that we will be catching a lot of games. So, in this case, we'll have to see whether or not, maybe WKU tries to break that trend and gets a nice clean sweep heading into the rest of the plans.
It is definitely possible. If this brick is still on the throttle like it has been, maybe, but Corey, beautiful save there. Almost an opportunity there from Motor to just find the first one quick. Corey, going to look for it again. Not able to find it, unfortunately. It's just going to be Cyan Delta. Now J-Bale sitting in middle, but Motor downfield. Going to look to continue on this with Gath. Looks to have the first touch. Does find it. Jack-o'-lantern on next. Corey, 50. Not really going anywhere. It's just going to be J-Bale now. No boost in the tank. Does find the pop over, but Motor does get... He does put a hand up, all right? That's what you needed. But a great shot here from Gath. Well done. I mean, it's just been WKU. They started off, and then they continue. They mount, and they use this momentum to just run through. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, and I think that very handily gives to what you said with the sense of, you mentioned that they're putting a hand up. It's not like Nebraska is just rolling over and letting stuff happen to them. They're still getting in the way of plays. They're still intercepting stuff. But it seems like no matter what WKU does, they know how to get past. They know how to work their way around. Even if the initial offensive attempt doesn't follow through, they still know they can develop something and move forward, and that's just what they've been doing. Sometimes it takes a little bit for a play to develop, and they're willing to wait because it's not like they're letting go of pressure. Even if they're low on boost, even if they feel like they need to hit a reset, they're keeping the ball close to them. And right now, Nebraska, they just can't get the ball.
They just can't get the ball, unfortunately. But nice touches here from Cyan Delta. No boost in the tank, but he finds it to a little bit of safety. Motor now able to find the flick, trying to continue it, but it's just going to be J-Bale taking it around 1. Looking forward to the back wall. That's around 2. Maybe a shot opportunity. Motor getting back in time to find the touch. Now, Jack-o'-lantern able to find the double off of that touch. Shot opportunity from J-Bale, but Motor, he's there. Well done, well done. Able to keep this one wide for a moment longer.
Able to keep it wide for a moment longer, and truthfully, I feel like they've been holding on to moments for a long time, as Corey might be able to get a follow-up here. Almost, and I mean, even with these missed opportunities, WKU still putting on a lot of pressure, although that awkward 50 might throw him off for a moment. Motor is up, does get a 50, but it doesn't seem like anyone's able to assist with the rest of that play, and J-Bale, he's going to be in this corner trying to get something going, but it seems like we're entering a little bit more of a back and forth between these two teams.
It's been a back and forth, but I mean, if you really think about it, it hasn't. Hold on, wait. I'm cooking. Hold on. You see where I'm going. It's just been WKU every single moment. They get scored on. It does not matter. They just go back. They have that momentum every single time. They are a unit, and we are seeing it here firsthand. Gath gonna look for this one high. Does see it. Corey waiting on the ground. Unfortunately, the touch won't come out there from Gath, but could have seen something there. Now Corey looking for 1. It's a little bit awkward. Motor on next. Let's find the 50. Gath going to try to get there. Unfortunately, can't make it there in time, but he gets a demo. Now Motor on the sidewall, waiting for this touch. Won't be able to find it. It's going to be Corey, just downfield. Finds the 50. Jack-o'-lantern staying on this one, and he's keeping it close, but the demo will ring out. And now, WKU, you're a little bit safer. Now you can do your plays.
Yeah, I mean, we will have to see what they can do with the plays with very low boost. Just some wall dashes come through just to catch up to the ball. Maybe a follow-up here. Not quite able to get maybe a bump. Maybe just something to throw off this Nebraska defense. Something they've been so successful with, as we almost see a shot there. J-Bale trying to follow it up. That will bounce off of the post. He is going to maintain possession. Goes for a little bit of a delayed dodge. Something just to make sure that this Nebraska team does not know what is happening, does not know how to respond, as it seems like this series has been so far. Some massive clears coming through here and there, but it always seems like WKU able to possess and able to move forward.
Yes, they are. 1 minute left. Well, 40 seconds. I looked at the one on the goal. I'm locked in. Good flick high from J-Bale here. It's going to be Corey. Maybe a shot opportunity. At the end of the day, if WKU can just keep it in this orange half, they win the game. Period. End of story. J-Bale looking to make this true. Nice first touch. Can't really continue it. It's going to be motor to the back wall. Now Gath, Corey both up. Shot. Not going to go in, but it was very, very close. Corey. No boost. He's just trying to bait out this 50. Now J-Bale there. Cyan bumped a little bit. It makes everything a lot more awkward, and J-Bale has full possession. Motor has to make a challenge. You've got 3 seconds left. You need a one at least. No touch there, unfortunately, and that ball is down. WKU finding the third.
They find the third, and I mean, they set themselves up for match point already. I mean, this is something that previously mentioned just before this game started, that each of these planes have gone to game 7. This might be the first time that we see a sweep so far, and this is the third game that we've seen. Obviously, we do have another game going on. We have Clemson versus Michigan C++. That'll be happening in a few minutes now. So I don't know how that game is going to pan out, but this one seeming pretty straightforward.
Which is kind of surprising. I thought it was going to be a much closer game. I really did. But there's still time. There is still time. All right. One more game. Nebraska JV. If you do not win this, you are effectively dropped to the lowers. Period. End of story. You have been sent down to the lowers, and now you have to fight a much harder path, in my opinion. But you still have an opportunity. 5 minutes on the clock. If you can win this one, you can bring it to game 7. And hey, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm hoping for indeed. We're here to watch some good Rocket League, right? But sometimes with good Rocket League comes teams that can just dominate the pitch, and it seems like right now Western Kentucky is that team, as Corey is going to be coming off the wall. Will get possess, see if he's able to turn it in fast enough. Maybe a bump here, but Motor does stand his ground. This is the kind of opportunities that we want to see out of Nebraska. Putting off the backboard again. Is there going to be a follow-up? Jack-o'-lantern not quite able to get the touch to follow it up, and that is an opportunity that wouldn't be surprised if Nebraska does look fondly on, but not something that they're going to be happy with the result.
Yeah, you have an opportunity slip through your hands like that. It does not feel good. And then Gaff gonna slot it through once again. I mean, 1-0 and a great shot. He has been on the accuracy all night.
He has been
Beautifully done.
indeed, and that was a beautiful follow-up. That was almost there. I do think that one of the Nebraska defenders was in net behind that ball, so just enough pace to make sure that, and a nasty fake coming through here from J-Bale, keeping this Nebraska team on their toes as they have been this entire series. Some demos coming through too, so it'll cause a little bit of a stall in play. Corey maybe trying to go for a bump. Not going to be able to catch up to the player that was under threat, and a massive pinch, massive dunk, a bunch of shots coming off the sidewalls here. It doesn't look like Nebraska is going to be able to catch up to them, and WKU might be a little bit on the back foot here, but they're immediately responding the moment they get an opportunity.
The balance in WKU has been restored. They are no longer on their back foot, and they are ready to put the throttle back down. Corey sent high, looking for the double. Not going to be able to find it. Gaff can't really turn up here either. No, he does. My bad. Good dunk there. Cyan find the first. Corey on, looking for a 50. Does find it. It's just sent high in corner. Motor looking to be the first on. 100 boost in the tank. It's a little bit of an awkward touch with Jack-o'-lantern there to save his teammate, to bail him out here. Now Gaff up, sent it to the back wall. Maybe an opportunity here. But that one going to be sent just a little bit too wide of the net. J-Bale taking all of his time in the world because he knows he has it. Can't find shot there, unfortunately. Corey, 50, to the sidewall. Going to go high, and maybe Gaff not able to find the shot there.
Not able to find the shot, and it looks like he will have to play some defense. A backward shot coming out here from Cyan, as Nebraska will continue to pepper the net. right now they're trying to get their moments where they can test this Western Kentucky defense, and so far they've been able to answer every single call that they have sent their way, even with moments they feel like they're getting a decent amount of pressure, even when moments that they have an awkward clear, they're just not quite able to capitalize on it. And when they do, they're rushing back, trying to grab boost, but they're all on none. And, well, Gath doesn't care whether or not you have boost. He's just going to throw it on net, and you got to catch up to it.
Gath for MVP? Oh my goodness! 2-0, and it's just been him here. 2:21 still left on the clock. Plenty of time for this Nebraska team to find it. Had good shot opportunities, just like this one. Unfortunately, the crossbar will haunt their dreams. Well, I guess we'll call them nightmares. Gath, 100 boost in the tank. Gonna look for one here. Does find the 50. It's just sent high. Maybe a shot, but that one 50'd away. Corey up. 100 boost in the tank. Just find it high. J-Bail a little bit awkward. Not able to find it. Corey to the back wall. Nobody there to shoot. Just gonna be motor. Flick high. Jay for one. Does find the touch. Corey. 100 boost in the tank. You're on a 1v1, but the challenge is quick. And Jack-O-Lantern sends it back downfield.
Now, we will need to see a goal from this Nebraska team soon, because if they just keep letting this Western Kentucky team throw shots from feels like anywhere on the field, if they keep letting them get away with all the pressure they can hold on to, that 2-goal lead, a lot of the times people say that 2 goals is not a safe lead in Rocket League, but I think with what this series has shown us so far, 1 goal's enough. So 2 and maybe 3 might be a little bit too much for this Nebraska JV team.
Yeah, why not? Throw a third there. Sure. Good shot there from Corey. I mean, it's just a good shot. That's all you need here. This is good Rocket League. Minute 16. Time is your greatest enemy in this game. Will you be able to find one, Nebraska? You need it here quick. The longer you take, the worse it gets for you. Motor able to find one in net. Corey, there, shot. That one sent high. Jack-O-Lantern, no boost, and wow, Gath, the 4th. Just a dominant series from these guys. I mean, from the moment we entered the match.
I mean, truthfully, it seems like they just knew what they were doing right away, and they caught wind, and they just kept riding it the whole way through. Momentum is a funny thing, and in this case, WKU, they knew they had the momentum, and they kept running with it. Nebraska wasn't quite able to follow up with it, and it seems like within these last 45 seconds, unless Nebraska can come up with some kind of miracle, they're going to be heading down to the lowers in this play-ins bracket.
Couldn't agree anymore, and it's unfortunate to see a series that could have been so good. You know what I mean? Because right now we're starting to see some stuff from Nebraska. Right, at the beginning of the game, we were seeing a lot from Nebraska. I think we allow this series to go on 2 more games. It's a completely different series, but I may just be spitting. You know what I mean? Corey, just on the back wall.
Maybe a little bit of cope or hope.
Yeah, right. I heard you. I heard you loud and clear. We're good.
But nonetheless, a beautiful performance the whole way through from WKU, and I mean, what else is there to say?
What else is there to say except geez, what a game. I'm a little sad that it didn't last any longer, but it's okay. It's okay. As a caster, I always hope for a game 7. I know the players don't, but
that's fair. I know when talking to other players, they're like, "Do you know what? Maybe if we would have just ended it early, it wouldn't have been as stressful." But it's always good to get a little bit of entertainment out of a series. And I agree with what you said in the sense that Nebraska, they did start finding a little bit of form as things head on. I did see glimpses here and there that they were getting their moments. It's just it didn't seem like they were able to really follow up with a lot of their opportunities. Maybe it was something where if you feel like a team just has such a dominant performance over you, sometimes the nerves start kicking in. And these teams in this play-ins, they're fighting for their lives. They have a lot more to go through as compared to the ones that made it into the playoffs, into just the standard, double elimination bracket. So there is a lot of pressure on this game on all of these games down here, so I wouldn't be surprised if that played a little bit of a role coming into this.
I couldn't agree either. Or I couldn't agree anymore. Wow, dude, we have been so locked in tonight. It's insane.
Don't worry, I was messing some stuff up with the with the stream a little bit, but hey, we we
No, it was
we, we
perfect.
saw some good Rocket League. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Exactly. You get it. I'm glad we're two like-minded people, and it's great.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
great. Um, but what a phenomenal series. Unfortunately, doesn't go any longer. I know I've said it 14 times now, but um, GG. So that's gonna be WKU moving on to play Michigan in for the chance to qualify to the playoffs, and then that is going to send Nebraska down to play OKWU. So good luck, but I think I really want to watch that Michigan game with WKU.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be our first chance to see the teams that really confidently come out of this play-in bracket. Because, I mean, check sort of looking at how some of the group play happened. There were a lot of teams that you'd sit there and be like, do you know what? I feel like I feel like this team could have also made it into the uppers. I feel like this team could have also just made it in straight into the playoff bracket. Especially with we had a lot of chaos in one of the groups where everyone was tied 1-1 in week 3. It was just you win, it decides everything. So there are definitely plenty of teams down here in the play-ins that could make a run, could make a pretty deep run into the rest of it, but unfortunately, they do have to qualify through these play-ins. They do have to face up against a bunch of other teams that, I mean, if we've seen anything from a lot of these series, have a lot of fight in them. So a lot to look forward to relative to the rest of this play-in bracket that will lead into our playoffs, and a lot of teams to cheer for, a lot of things to look forward to. I know that there's one in particular that you might be keeping your eye on.
Nah, not at all. I think Michigan is who I'm looking at. Yeah. Yeah, hoping for TTU to make it through. It would be beautiful to see. Maybe even get to cast them a little bit. I mean, hey, we'll
Yep,
see. We'll see. We'll
yep.
see.
Yeah, we can definitely get that organized, but I think in that case, we are going to call it there. So thank you everyone for stopping by and seeing this. It might have only been a 4-game series, but nonetheless, you got a little bit of a preview of what it's gonna look like when this WKU team faces off against Michigan. It is going to be a fight and a half, and you guys are gonna make sure that you want to stick around for it. We'll have some times worked out for you. We'll get that out on socials as soon as we can. But anything else you want to say to the viewers?
Go enjoy the World Cup game. All right, that's why they were ending it early. That's why they were ending
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Go support USA, and that's all. Everyone, y'all have a great rest of y'all's night.
Yep. Have a good one.